Blog Talk Radio.
You're listening to Funky Monkey MMA.
Welcome to another edition of the Funky Monkey MMA Radio. I am Rob Mead. Today I'm being joined by Sean White, the manager of Rick the Gladiator Glenn. How you doing today, Sean?
I'm doing good.
Good to hear, man. So tell us a little bit about what you do and tell us a little bit about Rick.
Well, first off, my name's Sean White. I've been managing Rick for about a couple of years now. I've known him from living here in Marshalltown, Iowa, where we're both born and raised. To get to know who Rick is 23 years old. He fights in the 145-pound division. He recently moved up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to train under head coach Duke Rufus at Rufus Sport Academy. He had his first amateur fight at the age of 17. He's on an 11-win fight streak. His record is 13-2-1. Some of his credentials that he has, he's ranked 42 in the world in the 145 division. One of the 5 natural-born finishers for 2013, voted by Fighters Only magazine. Before he moved up to Milwaukee, he currently held the Midwest Cage Championship featherweight title belt and defended it twice. Some of his notable wins were over Josh Henry, Joe Morrison, Johnny Case, Ryan Roberts, Gustavo Rodriguez, Jose Pachenko, Sharon Spain, Tristan Johnson, and Lyndon Whitlock. And recently, Rick just signed a 5-fight contract with World Series of Fighting Championship. It's based out of Las Vegas. He fought back in March 23rd, 2013, where he fought Alexander Pimbleton. He knocked him out in the 3rd round. Going into that fight, Alexander was 12-0. Rick took his first loss away. Alexander was a top international Brazilian jiu-jitsu champion, well known in jiu-jitsu, and Rick got him in the 3rd round and knocked him out, and now is recently going to be fighting in World Series of Fighting 5. It's going to be in Atlantic City, New Jersey, September 14th, and that will be at the Revel Hotel Resort and Casino. And he is going to be fighting Arthur Rofi, which is 6-0 in the 145 division.
Right on. So how you doing today, Rick?
Doing pretty good. Just lots of driving. We got a new puppy. He's huge. He's about 17 weeks and 60 pounds. So we're just we're kind of still in the sticks a little bit here in Illinois, tons of cornfields, and my phone's kind of crackling, but I can hear you guys pretty good, so we got service. We had some problems earlier with our phones, but we're good to go now.
So I wanted to ask you, how was it originally that you got into the sport of mixed martial arts?
I guess most fighters, when they're kids, they kind of fight a little bit here and there. And I got into boxing, and our gym closed down, and I just kind of fell into MMA. I knew some guys that were doing it, and they did it at the YMCA and, some basement room, and then we did it in one of my good friend's basement now, Alan Hernandez. He made a little gym in his basement. It was just him and I for a while, and then my uncle and I, we worked out in his garage and his, outside in the yard, wrestled around, and then I was traveling for a few years, and, that was tough. I'd put in, 3 hours of just straight driving every day almost, and just to get a, good training in. And now we're finally up here in Milwaukee at Rufus Sport. So things are going really good now.
Right on. I wanted to ask you, what's it like being surrounded, with such high-caliber fighters and training with them on a day-to-day basis?
You know, we're all constantly learning. Even, you know, Anthony and Ben, we're always learning something. And, you know, at first I was kind of like maybe a little starstruck, and I was like, whoa, you know, I thought they'd, you know, have egos or, you know, kind of be big-headed because of, you know, how big of a fighter and how known they are, but they're all pretty down to earth. You know, I'm actually Anthony's main training partner and for his up-and-coming fight here in Milwaukee for the 155 belt for the UFC. So
awesome.
Nice. This is Sean, and I had a question for you. What was your favorite aspect of MMA? Grappling, striking, or clinch work?
Oh, man. At the beginning, I'd probably say the striking. Yeah, I mean, that's the most exciting. But I think my grappling's my stronger suit, I think, right now. So
does that help with working with Ben Askren?
Yeah, working with Ben, I mean, he's improved all of our grappling a ton. And then we actually have a couple new jiu-jitsu instructors. Well, they've been around for a while, but one of them is from Carlson Gracie's gym in Chicago, moved here. Daniel Wenderley. He's a third-degree black belt, so he's been helping out a lot.
Good, good. What does it mean for you to be a fighter?
Just, you know, coming up from nothing, trying to make something. I'm fighting. You know, I'm just trying to be successful and make a decent living. Just, you know, I'm just trying to make it. So
it was a dream and a passion that you're trying to strive for, right?
Yeah, it means the world to me, you know, that I'm able to, you know, make a decent living and, you know, provide.
Cool, cool.
Absolutely. So who would you say is your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration, I'd probably say, I mean, there's a handful of people, but probably my good buddy Alan Hernandez back in Marshalltown. He's a, you know, family man. Would work like a 12-hour day, then, you know, we'd train at night, and, you know, he'd still make time for his family, and just a really hard-working guy. You know, been in the sport for a long time, and he'd always give me advice on, you know, relationship stuff and life, and I just really looked up to him. One of the hardest working guys I know.
Right on. So I wanted to ask you about your nickname, the Gladiator. How was it that you originally got it? And talk a little bit about, you know, walking out with the Gladiator mask to your fights.
Okay. Well, my nickname, kind of a funny story. My uncle had, you know, mentioned it a couple of times. Oh, you know, I should call you the Gladiator, and because I was, you know, he thought I was calm but went after the kill in my fights. And right before my last amateur fight, we were backstage, you know, behind the curtains, and then they announced, Rick, the Gladiator Glenn. And I turned to him, I'm like, what the heck is this? Like, and he just busted out laughing. And, you know, he went to the announcer and had him write down the Gladiator for my nickname, and he was just smiling and laughing all the way down to the cage, and so that's where it became, you know. And
nice,
then
nice.
The Gladiator helmet, you know, Sean Whitey, he had mentioned it, you know, it'd be cool to wear one, and I thought about it. I didn't want to be like too over the top with, you know, all the like whatever little trademark stuff, but I wanted to stand out a little bit, and you know, I like the helmet. It's not like I'm carrying out a bunch of armor and swords and stuff, but it's just something simple, and you know, it's kind of like I put it on, I'm getting ready to go battle, so
Absolutely.
Nice.
Kind of stuck.
When you put that helmet on, does it flip a switch? Does it put you in a different state of mind before you go in that cage? To when you don't have that helmet on, does that do anything?
Oh yeah. Yeah, backstage, in the locker room, usually we're kind of joking around, just staying loose, and then I put that helmet on, and it's like, flip switches, and I'm going after the finish. I want to go out there and win.
Cool. You walk out to the song Tom Petty, Stand Your Ground, and you've walked out to that for several years now. Is there a certain meaning behind that you use that song to walk out to before your fight?
Yeah, just the words in it. I got introduced to the song. There was an old wrestling coach I knew. He had mentioned that I should try using that song, and it's just a simple song. I'm a simple guy, and it just says, I won't back down, stand your ground, and there's little struggles in life everyone has, and you just gotta fight through it, and keep on fighting and stand your ground. So the song just stuck.
Absolutely. So I wanted to ask you, what do you consider to be your greatest accomplishment thus far in the sport?
In the sport, my greatest accomplishment, just I guess, like overall, just surrounding myself with good people, and I got an awesome team, not just Rufus Sport and and Duke and those guys, but my strength and conditioning coach, workout boss, and Sean White Out Promotions has helped me a ton with just the sponsors and all the other support, just the team in general.
Absolutely. So when it's all said and done, you hang up the gloves, what do you want folks to remember you for at the end of your career?
I'd like to have my own gym, of course, and it'd be nice to have a good group of followers, and just I don't need millions, just enough to keep that flow would be good, and be able to go out, have vacations and have fun whenever, and that's about it.
With all of your success that you've had over the last couple of years, it's been really quick. And do you want young individuals or youth to follow in your footsteps, to strive for to be what they want to be, and shoot for the stars and their dreams?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course.
That's.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really realize it until I go and see, kids and talk to people, and, back home in Iowa and my hometown, of, how much people look up to me. I kind of forget about that until I, come back, and, I have people wanting to take pictures, and, they tell me how proud, they are of me, and, it's an honor to, have people tell you how proud they are of you and how much you've done and stuff like that. That just means so much. Nice.
Well, back at home, we have one of our sponsors, Rumors Sports Bar and Grill, where they have a live viewing for Rick's fights. All your friends and family get to come out and view the fights and get together all, and watch it. What does that make you feel, and does that give you any pressure or anything before you go into your fights, knowing that?
No, it doesn't give me any pressure. I think, it's just a good feeling that I got a lot of people behind me supporting me and wanting to see my fights, and, it's just a good feeling. No pressure.
Cool.
So, let's see here. how would you say, what would you say it is that separates you from every other fighter? Is it like your mental presence in the ring?
Yeah.
Or?
That's one of the biggest things I think, I've gained from moving to, Milwaukee and training at Rufus Sport. But, from the beginning I was always kind of calm, but now it's, the mental, the mindset of going in there and just being confident and knowing that you're going to win. You're going to do everything possible that you're going to win, put it all out there. Like, I've gained a lot, mentally.
Absolutely. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things in the sport to have. You got to believe in yourself fully when you go in there.
Yeah. I think one of the toughest, the mentally, strong-minded people that I know is Ben Askren. He's just so relaxed before his fights, and it's just no big deal, and goes out there and just kicks ass.
Now, I wanted to ask you, a lot of fighters, they visualize before a fight. Do you do that?
Yeah, I do. It was weird. I think it was one of my first fights that I had in Canada. It was like deja vu when I won. I was in the bathroom, whatever, and right before the fight, hours before, and then I was visualizing it, and then I ended up TKOing the guy in the second round, and then as soon as it happened, I TKO'd him. I raised my hand, and I went over the corner. I had a weird feeling come over me. I was like, wait a minute. I visualized the same, kind of the same position and everything of me ground and pounding, and I got the TKO.
Right on.
And that was over Lennon Whitlock or Tristan Johnson?
Tristan Johnson.
Tristan Johnson. Over the year, you and your wife Jenny have been commuting back and forth from Milwaukee to Des Moines to Iowa City, as your sister's battling spinal cord cancer. She's 14 years old. Does that put any pressure on you as you get ready for this fight?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it sucks that we can't be there every day to see her, but we try to see her as much as we can on the weekends, or, sometimes there's a month that we don't come back. But, yeah, it's a type of a brain cancer that started in her spine, like tailbone area, and it's from her, tailbone into her brain. But she, they got the pain a little more under control, so she's a little more comfortable now, which is awesome, but it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Is she a big supporter of your career?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. She's
Nice.
always asking about all the, all the different stuff that's going on, and, when I'm going to fight and whatnot.
Cool.
So,
okay. Go ahead.
Sean was telling me about the Fun to Fighter thing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we were going over that this weekend. It's a Fun to Fighter. I guess it's, it's a website that the fans can go on and donate money and help fund for training and whatever kind of expenses the fighter has, to help them out and fund them. Yeah, we were checking out the website earlier. I think it's out of Canada, right? Is that right,
Yes.
Sean?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's out of Canada.
It is out of Canada.
Yeah, I saw a few guys that had fought on one of the same shows that I fought on up there, and that's cool. But
yeah, that's it's funtofighter.com. Basically, you'll have a profile of Rick on that page, It'll show a bio, his stats, videos from his last fights, and basically, any donation is welcome. It just helps with expenses and, for traveling, just life expenses, for just because he can't work like a full-time job, with this. He's training several hours a day, for this, so it just helps. Anything helps with this, so.
Yeah, and also, just anything that helps get my name out there is going to help get bigger fights and, get more publicity, just get more fans, so.
Exactly. With your next fight coming up, that is September 14th, and it's for World Series of Fighting 5. You're fighting a guy that's 6-0 in the 145 division. This is going to be live on NBC Sports out in Atlantic City, New Jersey. So everybody tune into that. If you want to watch the exciting fight, you're going to see a finish in this one. So definitely stay tuned. So as far as some of your sponsors, who would you like to give shout-outs to?
We got a few new ones this time. Goal Setters, they're a new one that we picked up. I want to thank them. Definitely New Blood Fight Gear. They're out of Chicago. Hutton Valley School Taxidermy. Workout Boss. Gamma Labs. Yep, got to thank them for the supplements. Good stuff. And then JHM Chiropractic in Milwaukee. What else is there? I know there's another one. I'm on the spot. Yep, Rumors Sports Bar and Grill in Marshtown. And then SureFit Mouth Guards. They got a new, their mouth guards are different. They're a boil and bite, but they fit like a custom fit one that you're going to get from the dentist, and, they're way cheaper too, so those are awesome. And definitely got to thank Whiteout Promotions, for all of his help.
Right.
Cool.
So I wanted to ask you, we only got about 7 minutes here left in the show, but before we go, I wanted to ask you, when it's about 10 minutes before the fight goes down, what's going through your head in that, in that moment?
In that moment, I'm just thinking of all the stuff, all the crap, bad or good, whatever, that I had to go through to get to where I am. And now it's my time. I'm going in the cage. It's my time to win. This guy ain't going to take it from me. Just time to go out there and kick ass. Absolutely.
Do you have any words if your opponent's listening? Do you have a message for him?
Show up. I'll see you across the cage. See you in like a month or so. So I can't wait.
Right on.
Don't hit me too hard.
We appreciate you coming on today, Rick.
Hey, thanks for having me.
We got a couple more minutes left. You want to say anything else? The floor is yours.
No, I guess I'm really excited for this fight. I'm starving. I just can't wait to get in there. I've been putting in a lot of work, and I'm pretty sure it's the same thing you're going to hear from a bunch of other guys. They're ready to go, whatever, but man, I really feel it in this one. I just can't wait. I'm just so excited.
Absolutely. One of the things I forgot to ask you, getting ready for this fight, when you get to your to the match or the event, do you like to have fun right before the fight, or is it just serious?
Yeah, leading up, I mean, we're joking around, you know, just having fun in the back, getting loose, and then just right before the fight, you know, I put my serious face on, you know, when the helmet goes on, you know, it's game time. But before that, yeah, I'm not uptight or nothing, you know. I want to have fun, and you know, I'm an outgoing person, so I'm not, you know, stuck up or nothing like that. Just out there to have a good time.
What is one of the things that you're doing different for this fight that you haven't done for other fights?
I picked up my strength and conditioning quite a bit, and I put on a little bit of muscle. Hopefully the weight's easy to cut off, but so I'm a little bit bigger now, and I did a lot more grappling.
Yeah. I hear you grew your hair a little different.
Oh yeah, I got. The fans should have a kick out of this. I have a mullet, so I haven't cut my hair since. Well, I haven't cut the back of it since before my last fight, which was like 5 months ago, and then the sides and the top are a lot shorter than the back. So, business in the front, party in the back. I'm cutting it after my fight, though. My wife hates it. She does not think it's sexy.
Nice.
All the guys at the gym like it. They think it's badass.
I think it's gonna get the other opponent out of his game plan. It's gonna throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, anything will help. Whatever. If he wants to laugh while I'm punching him, that's cool. I'll throw him off with my mullet.
Cool. So make sure you tune in September 14th. Catch Rick when he debuts his mullet on national television. This is a great fight.
It's going to be funny. I'm laughing just thinking about it.
We got a few minutes left here, but I want to thank you again, Rick, for coming on today, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me again.
I want to thank you, Rob, for having me, especially.
Thank you for coming on today, Sean.
And I wanted to give
tuning in.
Also, I wanted everybody to check out these links, rickglennmma.com. He's on Facebook, facebook.com/rickglennmma, and Twitter at Gladiator Glenn. So check out all those links, stay up to date, new videos, photos, press release. So, yeah. Thanks again.
Well, I appreciate both of you coming on today. Real quick before we go, I want to give a shout-out to our sponsors, KOBKfighter.com. You can check them out. They got some badass $10 T-shirts, some awesome gi shorts. Go ahead and check them out on Facebook as well. While you're at it, go ahead and check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/TheFunkyMonkeyMMA. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to us on iTunes. We're on Stitcher Radio, Blog Radio, YouTube, and a bunch of other sites. If you want to sponsor the show, you can email us at funkymonkeymma@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate both of you guys coming on today. And, Sean, where can people find you if they want to get a hold of you?
You can find me, I have Facebook. It's facebook.com/Sean.whiteoutpromotions. And also I'm on Twitter at whiteoutpro. So.
Right on. All right, well, guys, we're about out of time. I appreciate you guys coming on today. This has been another edition of the Funky Monkey MMA Radio. Have a great
You're listening to Funky Monkey MMA.